brewery opened on 4th of July, 2014, and none of this excitement that was going on in the craft beer industry was anywhere around here. They did not have a local brewery. I believe the reaction initially was, what is craft beer, honestly? I mean, you just didn't see much of this stuff. In a big way, I think what they were doing around here was really introducing these styles of beer for the first time. I think we started with 3 or 4 different styles of beers. At that time, we didn't have a permanent brewer or full-time brewer on staff. Now we have 3 full-time staffed brewers that are really kicking out a lot more variety. I think right now on the taps we have 12 of our own beers that we've made. 60% of our business is tourist. I mean, we have 2 major highways, east to west and north to south, and when people come down the highway, they see there's a brewery at this ramp, they pull off. You know, we have a travel log over here signed by all 50 states from different visitors that said they came to Hannibal because of a brewery. Our annual Tom Sawyer Days, our biggest weekend of the year in our community. There's over 100,000 people that come here. And now I feel like with the beer that's being brewed and the new things that are happening here and our distribution partners, I think we're in a good position to really do some serious expansion in 2018.
You really have some creative beers. So describe for me 2 or 3 of the favorites that you have that are currently on tap here at the brewery.
One that's near and dear to my heart is a Wee Bit Foggy. That's our Scotch ale. The reason why that one matters so much to me is it was the first recipe that I developed when I came to Mark Twain. It's just a nice, full-bodied, sipping beer. We did a Russian Imperial Stout called Passport to Russia, which is named after a short story that Mark Twain wrote.
So what role does yeast play in creating flavor and texture in the beer?
So a lot of people just don't think about yeast as having any kind of flavor profile. You can change a beer very much just by the specific type of yeast that you use.
I think that really is a surprise to a lot of folks when they think that the yeast only creates the alcohol, but it really creates a big part of the flavor profile.
It sure does.
Okay, I'm gonna don my scarf because it's cold in here. We're gonna fill some kegs.
Okay, so all these kegs that we're filling today, we've already cleaned and sanitized and pressurized, so they're ready for us to fill with beer. So we're gonna take this right here, we're gonna connect it in the same way that you would if you were tapping a keg at a restaurant or a bar, except instead of pulling something out of the keg, we're actually putting something in.
Okay.
I'm gonna send a little CO2 out of this keg, a little bit out of here.
Okay.
We're gonna open these levers and you're gonna see beer starting to come through here. All we have to do now is just start letting pressure off the keg.
How do you know when it's full?
It will start spraying beer out of here, right at you.
Maybe I shouldn't have worn my white jeans today.
So basically it'll take a couple minutes for these to fill.
Okay.
We typically do 2 at a time, so it takes a little bit of time to get through all of our kegging.
So how did you get into brewing in the first place?
I was a home brewer, so that was something that I did for fun. I used to be an English teacher, so I taught high school students. They drove me to drink, so I decided that I should challenge myself in a different way. So I taught for 14 years, and then just fell in love with the beer industry. I apprenticed at Twain Brewery in St. Louis.
Oh, nice.
Then they hired me to brew full time, stayed there for a few months, and then was offered a head brewing position here at Mark Twain.
That's really
So
cool.
I fell in love with Hannibal primarily because as a previous English teacher, I loved Mark Twain. And so I thought, what a cool connection between the two of my previous life with my new one.
It's coming out. So now what do you do?
Close that, and untap that. And that is it.
All right, that's how you keg a beer.
That's right.
So why do you think that it's important for there to be a strong craft brewery in a town like Hannibal?
That's a great question. I think that as the only brewery in Northeast Missouri, that's super cool because now we can say, hey, we're really pioneering what's happening with craft beer in this whole section of the state.
if it creates a sense of community or of what you're doing is you're supporting local businesses, I think that the rest kind of all comes to you. Truly, that's how I feel, and that's why I'm here. I know that's why the brewers are here, and I know that our customers that come in, this is what they want. They want this type of experience, and they do feel good. It means something that this beer was brewed in their town.